Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining on your lunch break probably, or on your admin time. We are going to try and get through today as quickly and efficiently as possible, and break down the topic that everyone fears or loves. We're not sure, with marketing. It must be everyone's Achilles heel, because we've had the biggest registration for this ads and abs show. Yeah, we're going to go through as much of this as possible and as quickly as possible. We're going to give you all 30 seconds to come in and get everyone in the room, and we'll go through a quick agenda. If you don't know who I am, I'm Adam, one of the co-founders here at EB Tech Group across our software packages. Abs, introduce yourself, dude.
I'm Abhinav. I'm the head of product over here at Boxley, and I think ads, like, maybe the reason more people are here because it's ads and apps show. Could be that as well, not just marketing.
Good point. Good point. So we'll give you a few more seconds to get us in. We'll go through the agenda. We've got some really cool things to go through together today, but we are going to talk about marketing uncovered. We're going to break it down really basic. I am not a marketeer. In fact, I'm as far from it as possible as you could ever get. Abs, I know you were a lot more versatile in marketing. What did you do? You do masters, right?
I did a master's in marketing and a master's in digital marketing, but I'm not using that, but it kind of is useful because we are helping all our customers with the marketing things that they have and are trying to build the things that we are going to show you today in the webinar.
Absolutely. Now, marketing is one of those things that it's a given that we have to do some type of marketing, whether that's paid or organic. It's stuff that we need. Marketing is some type of brand awareness. Whether you pay for that or you don't pay for it, it's still marketing. Now, this kind of fine line between, or this unknown of whether an agency or marketing is working for you or not. And we're going to try and show you how we can get those results, because we see it from both sides. We get frustrations for marketing companies because we're not getting the right data in and we have to assist and help. We know it from your side of things because you're spending money, hard-earned money on marketing, and you don't know what's working. But we also see it from the agency's perspective, is that they're doing a lot of work to drive leads that don't get converted, which they have no control over. So we're going to try and bring all that in and just show you how Box is going to assist you. And we've got some really cool updates, in fact, brilliant updates that Abs has kind of showed me yesterday, as kept it under your sleeve, didn't you?
I didn't want to show you. I wanted to show you at the webinar as well, but it's fine.
Excellent. Well, we've got a good amount of people in today, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. I'm just going to take you through a really quick agenda of what we're doing, what the plan is today, and then we're going to jump straight into it. I promise there's going to be no fluff today. We're just going to get into it. So we're going to go through firstly recent updates. Abs, can you see my screen okay there?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Recent updates of what we launched in the last few months, just to make sure that you know about this stuff. It's really important. Everything we update, we don't just create functionality for fun. It's all stuff that's going to help make you more efficient and make you more money. So we'll go through that. Marketing Uncovered, we're going to kind of go through those kind of unknowns of marketing and how to do some of this yourself as well. I'm going to talk about the really cool things that Abs and the team, dev team, are working on for the next quarter as well. So to start with, we're going to go through those recent updates. And we're going to go through a few bits here: PMS integration improvements, Voice API, Power BI API, UTM reports, email reports, and things to do improvements. So I've got my stuff on the screen here. So I'm going to start sharing my screen in a second. We're going to talk about PMS integrations. Now, you all know on the dental side, we've got integrations with CareStack, deep integration with Dentally, which we've improved. We've got we had a Rona, which has been improved as well. And we launched recently the Paboo integration on the cosmetic side of things, and SFD and Exact. Now, if anyone's got any of those PMSs that we didn't really recently have, and you haven't connected them, what are you waiting for? Because it's really cool. We've been working on this for a long, long time. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Just going to talk through the Exact one, because that's what everyone's been talking about. Paboo works very, very similar. So hopefully you can see my screen. Now we have in your channel connections and PMS integrations, you should see Exact in there. What this will allow you to do is synchronize your practitioners and synchronize your locations if you have multiple locations within your business. What that just allows you to do, and it's unfortunately the functionality is a little bit limited compared to the cloud-based softwares out there, but it still is going to improve the way that you and your team handle and manage and convert leads. Now, we're going to talk you through a process of what you should be doing right here. So when leads come into Boxly, and we're moving leads through the pipeline and we're communicating with them, what we want to try and do is get people to engage really and convert. So within the patient record, as you come into here and you're communicating with them, you will have a new option to create a patient that will open up a patient card where you confirm their details, date of birth, any practitioner details that we need to assign to them, and create it. That will look to Exact to see if that patient exists already. If it does, it will link it. If it doesn't, it will create a new patient record and allow you to make an appointment directly into the booking diary from within Boxly. Now, this is the reason why this is really important, is that yes, you still want to offer online bookings, and all PMS online booking systems are very, very clunky. Because Exact has only got a one way, what we're going to try and do is manage much of this process with your team. So as they get that phone call in, or they're making a phone call out, they do the booking through Boxly. What that will do is creates the patient, as I said, in Exact, so they don't have to manually do that. Makes the appointment, that sends off the confirmations and everything like that through Exact, and it cuts down that double entry, having to move that lead, etc., which is really painful. It's all done from within one system. So it's a real quick gloss over. Alana is going to be is our moderator. Sorry, Alana, I forgot to introduce you. Alana is one of our brilliant customer success managers. She's going to drop in a how-to guide on how to connect to your PMS. As I said, that's Paboo on the cosmetic side, Dentally, CareStack, Arona, SFD, and Exact. Now, SFD, Abs, do you want to just give us an update on SFD? Because we had a few delays on that, haven't we?
Yeah, we did. So we are limited with the things that we get provided from our partners, and we are waiting on a few things that we are working on changing, and hopefully within a week or two we will be able to iron it out, and then you will be able to create patient and create appointments with SFD as well.
Brilliant. So next one that we wanted to talk about was the voice API that was launched. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but if you have got a VoIP phone system, then you can connect it into Boxly. That will allow you lots of different functionality depending on the phone system and what they can provide. You can go as broad as sending in AI summaries, call recordings, lead sources, absolutely everything. Or if your phone system can't do that and you just get the phone call, at least in Boxly, you know when your staff members are making phone calls and receiving phone calls. It can update a lead and create a lead if the lead doesn't exist inside Boxly. Now, I'm just going to go into the channels. This is only on the Pro package, so you have to be on Boxly Pro. Sorry about that. So in the channels, I'm going to show you one that's set up. Now we have already done this with the likes of VoiceStack, 8x8, 3CX,
on hold,
Ice Connect, on hold. So we've done all this with existing phone systems already. But where the infrastructure isn't there, or the integration isn't there, that doesn't mean we can't do it. It's very, very simple to do. The team have built it really easily. You get your API keys within Boxly. You can also connect multiple phone numbers inside Boxly and associate a lead source. So we're talking about marketing today. If you're running ads on different landing pages, your marketing agency should be putting specific phone numbers on those ads so that they know that any phone calls that come from those ads are attributed to your marketing and to your spend. So what you can do within here is you can put a particular phone number, even an extension number. If you've got multiple locations, associate with the location, and you can associate it with a paid source, so that as those calls come in, we create the lead, we associate the marketing source, and your marketing team are going to be very, very happy. Your team are going to be happy because they're not having to manually enter information all over the place. Abs, anything I've missed there?
Yeah, just want to clear it out. Like, so we have built this infrastructure where your phone company, whichever you are using, what they can do is as soon as the phone call gets over, either it was an inbound call, an outbound call, we are providing that with the information where they can send all these things, and Boxly will then handle and create the lead. This needs to be done by your phone provider. It is not like we won't be doing this integration. We have built a structure so that your phone provider can easily send us the information.
Absolutely. Another quick update. I'm going to gloss over this, but it's really, really powerful Power BI integration. So we've got lots of advanced customers that they love our reporting system, but they want to build their own dashboards with other information from finance, from Xero, Sage, from their PMS as well, which eventually we'll get to. But right now, you need a huge platform like Power BI. We're now sending all of this information automatically to Power BI, so you don't have to export and import data. It's all been sent out So you can start building all your dashboards. Again, it's only available on the Pro package because this costs a lot of money to do every time it's called. So that's there. If you do need the information, again, Alana's dropping the link or the article in the chat just right now. The next one, UTM reports. Now, UTM and email reports, improvement to your existing email reports. So if you go into reports down here, you will see that there's a new entry called Leads by UTM. Now, we are going to be talking about Leads by UTM, so I'm just going to, again, gloss over this because we're going to go into a bit more detail. But essentially, when leads are coming into Boxly and they've got UTMs tagged to it and they're coming from different marketing, we're breaking this down for you to show you where those leads are coming from, what campaigns they're coming from specifically, and allowing you to search the leads, look at the conversion of your different campaigns that your marketing agency is running for you, and you can see everything that's going on. So that's, as the lead comes in, we're tagging the campaign details and showing you what the actual conversion is. So you can go back to your marketing agency and go, okay, we've had this number of leads, but we've only generated X number of consults. We need to improve, etc. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit of an improvement to that ads, aren't you, in a bit, but that report was dropped into your account. Please take a look at it. You can drill down into any of this information to go and look at the patient data that's sitting behind it as well. The next report is right at the bottom. You may have missed it. Email reporting. So we send a lot of emails out of the system, and you do on a day-to-day basis. That may be through campaigns and broadcasts, but it could also be ad hoc messages that you're sending to your patients or automations that you're sending. Now, are they any good? And this is the question that a lot of you ask us. It's like, do they get read? Do they get any action taken out of them? So we've given you the report to show this now. So within there, you can see on a custom date range, how many emails you've sent, how many were delivered, how many were opened, how many were clicked, and how many bounced. You can also see what emails are being clicked or what links are being clicked. So imagine if you sent out a campaign with to a group of NHS practices with a link to sign up to a plan or a checkup option, checkup and clean or something like that. You can actually see which links in your emails are getting clicked the most, which tells you what's working and what's not working. But you can go a little bit further. In your filters, you can actually look at the types of message. So if you only want to see the stuff that has been sent out by broadcast or within the conversation, you can actually drill down into what emails you want to see and the success of them. And lastly, you can actually see, it's the subject, isn't it, Ab? So you can actually look at the actual email performance of specific emails that you're sending out. So you can really drill down. Now, this sounds really high level, but if you want to get that extra 1, 2, 3, 5% conversion out of your patients, you need to know what emails are working, what's not working, because essentially you may be sending stuff to them that no one opens, no one cares about, no one clicks. And it's just a waste of your time and their time. And all that does, it puts pressure on your staff because they're then going, right, I need to pick up the phone to that patient because they haven't clicked the link, they haven't booked. So it has a knock-on effect. If your emails don't have the right content or they don't have the right stuff in it, people aren't going to engage with it, they're not going to convert, and we all lose. So that's everything. I know we've got one more improvement that you may or may not have seen, and that's in the things to do. Now, the first one we're going to go into is if you go into Abs, which is the first one we're going to go into? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought.
We will show the things to do thing, like, so you can start with clearing out the lead.
Right, yes. So sometimes we get leads into our things to do dashboard that we don't need to deal with. And I'll give you an example, and I do this all the time, is where I've communicated to the patient, they've said, can you give me a call next week? I've said, yes, of course. I've scheduled that task. They come back and say, thank you. That pops into that dashboard and you go, well, I don't need to do anything here. I don't need to reply to them because they've just said, thanks. I need to get rid of it. And no one knows what to do. So within that lead, you can, at the top right-hand corner, is going clear that thing from things to do. So it doesn't delete the lead. It just clears it from your dashboard and waits for your task to kick in, and that task will come in here. So that's a really cool feature. A lot of people ask for it. The other feature that for bigger organizations is where we've got multiple people managing their things to do and dashboards. We've got some of our customers that use their pipelines instead of the things to do. And what that does is that, let's say, for example, I'm managing the implants pipeline. I'm waiting for leads to come in. If a lead comes into the things to do and someone accidentally clicks on Erica's lead and goes, oh, that's not for me, I'm going to come off it, In that pipeline, to me, that manages my leads through my pipeline, that doesn't look like a new lead has come in. So I forget about it, I miss it, and it drops in. So what that staff member could have done is in that lead, they could, in things to do, just go into Erica's lead and go mark as unread. That makes it bold and it pushes it there for that staff member to go and deal with it. Again, lots of feedback about that from all of our customers. So hopefully you're all happy about that. So we spent about 10 minutes talking about what we've pushed over the last few months. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We're going to talk about marketing. So hopefully we didn't bore everyone there. I didn't see all the conversations going on. Alana's got all the chats going on. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to open up the question about marketing. Now, you can feel free to start asking some questions in here about what marketing is, but I'm going to talk about the pain points that everyone has. I kind of nudged on it earlier. Now, the reason I'm going to look at it from the marketing agent's perspective, and I think we've got a couple of agencies on here. Their sole purpose is to generate quality leads for you and push them into a system for your team to convert. The challenge that they have is that what they really want to do and what we all want to do is convert that patient quicker. And the quickest way of converting a patient is to a booking. The problem is that the PMSs cannot track the source of a booking. So when a marketing agency goes and spends your money, £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 a month, and they spend that on an ad and they drive it to a landing page or they drive it to your website, and that patient then goes and books. Let's say that's for a really high value treatment. You get £5,000 to £10,000 of revenue from it. The marketing agency is not going to get attributed with that spend. And you're going to get to the end of the month and go, what have they done for us? They haven't generated any revenue, but they actually have. You just can't track it because the PMS can't, the patient management system can't track it. So what agencies tend to do is they drive the lead to a landing page, which you have to pay for, by the way. They generate the lead to come in, and then they send an automation to go and book. And what Boxley does, it picks up that lead, moves it, because we've got the integration to the PMSs, and it helps. But there is a gap. And there is a potential drop-off at that point, because as a patient, I just want to go and book. I've sent that lead. I haven't checked my email or my WhatsApp, and then I lose interest. You may have slippage there. And what we're trying to do is help the agencies book quicker. You get more bookings, patients less frustrated, and everyone wins. So that's on the marketing side. Now, from your side and our side, we see the frustrations of your issues. And those issues are you're getting leads in, but you're not converting them. And we don't know the quality of them. So you're looking there spending £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 a month, and you're going, I don't know what's happening. And all you can do is look at your white space, or you can look at your bookings and try and associate an increase in bookings with your agency without actually knowing what's going on. So that's a big problem. And we all have to kind of work together. And in the past, Abs, we've had this problem where everyone works as three separate silos where it should all be one.
It needs to be, because like you are driving the traffic and getting everything in within Boxley, and then that's the reason, like what we are going to show you is going to help you to understand all the things, the time, the effort that you as a business is doing, and the marketing agencies sending the leads. You should be able to track. Like that's the first side of things, like the paid ads. And ads, you can talk about the other things in which we can track these things as well.
Well, yeah. So we talk about marketing. I mentioned this at the start. We talk about marketing as a paid source, and you've literally got paid marketing or marketing, which is paid, and then you've got direct traffic that just get there for no reason. And that is not the case. People just don't land on your website not knowing who you are. They'll come from lots of different reasons. You'll be doing Instagram posts, you'll be doing Facebook posts, you'll be doing leaflet drops. You may be putting something on a newspaper or in an ad somewhere. Every way that you grow your brand or try to promote your brand is a form of marketing, and you should be tracking it. And that's what we want to talk about UTM. Now, UTMs it sounds a bit jargony, right? But that's what agencies use to track the source of a marketing spend or a marketing ad. So they'll run lots of different ads. They may even run lots of different versions of ads, and they use the UTMs to understand when that lead comes in, what campaign they came from, what medium, which is what type of ad it was, and lots of other things, which sounds quite complicated, but it's actually really easy. But you as a business owner or practice manager or TCO should be doing this for any way in which you promote your brand, even on Instagram. So if you go and put a post on Instagram with a brilliant case study, You want to know if that actually gets any clicks. And you can do that by linking a form or something like that with a UTM code. And I'm going to talk you through how to do this very easy. As I said to you, I'm so non-technical, it's scary. I'm going to show you this and try and walk you through it. And Ads is probably going to correct me because I'll get it wrong.
That's the reason, like, we wanted Ad, like, because you guys, like, not everyone would be technical, but like, this is an important piece in your business and you need to track everything. So you need to understand how things works and what we can do.
Absolutely. So let's say I'm posting on Instagram, which I don't do very rarely. Let's say I'm posting on Instagram and I'm talking about an offer at the practice or at the clinic, okay? What I don't want to do is just say, we've got this brilliant offer, go to our website and book, because you don't know if that's actually working. And you're spending hours upon end on social media. Is anyone clicking it? Is it working? Is it not working? You need to know. So what you can do is on this link, we're going to post this in as well. It's a campaign URL builder. And you can create as many of these as you want, and you put it on all your different marketing sources or mediums that you're using. So we're going to drive some traffic to our website. So I'm going to put my website in, that's boxy.ai. We've then got something called the campaign ID. This is the ads campaign ID. This is how we track what it is. And we're going to call it an Instagram, offer. Okay. We then got the campaign source. So this is where you're placing that ad or where you're placing that awareness. And we're going to put it Insta. The medium is the type. Is it a post? Is it a banner? Is it an email that you're sending, a broadcast that you're sending out? But we're going to just say it's post. And we're going to call it, we're going to give it a campaign name. And we're going to say Insta offer. Now, you've also got some other things, campaign terms and campaign content. Campaign term is just anything, any keywords you may be using on ads. That's more for marketing, isn't it, Abs?
Yeah, it is. It is. You finish this and then I'll explain the main things about it.
Thank you. And campaign content, campaign content is anything to differentiate the ads. And the reason I'm just going to explain this, I think, to you, is that let's say we've got an open day that you're running. You may have 2 open day ads exactly the same with a little bit of different content in there. So you may want to run them side by side, see what the results are, so you can put something in here which allows you to differentiate between the two. Am I right, Abs?
Yeah, with the way that you have explained, like, it doesn't look like you are non-technical. So the full thing about this is like the tracking thing. Reason you do this, it was initially started for you to track your ads, but you can track anything. Like, so if you have on your Instagram, like you have your profile, within the profile, you usually put a website URL. You can create a UTM to put it over there so that you know if someone is coming to your website, if someone is submitting the lead, where actually they came from, what are the things that are working for you, what are the things that are not working for you. If you are going to run the campaign, the marketing campaign within Boxly, you might have a booking button. You can create a UTM builder like this, and you would know, okay, the marketing campaign that I ran within Boxly, that's where the people are coming to. So like, it just gives you all the information to know what was the source of your lead.
Exactly. And that all then, so all the stuff that I've put in there, it generates you a URL. You can shorten it down here. And you can then go and put that on Instagram. You can put it on Facebook. You can put it on a QR code if you're sending out leaflets, or you're putting something on your window for people walking past. You can create these as much as you want. And the beauty of this is that as that lead comes into Boxly, we will track it and we'll be able to show you what's working in your business in terms of engagement and the stuff that you're doing to promote your brand and what's not. Yeah. So we're going to talk through in a second how to connect this in a second. But Abs, have I covered that?
No, so yeah, you have covered everything. Like, it can be used for anything, Zoe. Like, you can use it for the traffic campaign that are there, anything that you have on your Facebook or your Instagram. If you have a leaflet that you have put it outside your outside your business, over there, the QR code that you have, you can add UTM to it. So you know, actually, are people clicking on that? Are people using it? So this really helps your business to understand the exact source where things are coming from. And Jill, you asked the question, like, is the agencies doing that? They should be doing it. In some cases, they are not, but it is really important because, like, let's say if you and your business are running ads for teeth whitening, and Invisalign, you would want to know where the leads are coming from, not just like, okay, I received leads, but you want to exactly understand, was it teeth whitening, was it Invisalign, or was it the Invisalign open day campaign that I ran, they came from that. So you exactly want to know which ad is performing, what is performing, so you can decide where I can put my money, where should I be investing to get more customer into the business.
And this is not just about making your marketing team accountable, because it is, and they want to be accountable, because at the end of the day, if you're getting all these leads from it and you don't know it's from the marketing agency, you're going to be slinging their hook, because they're not showing, it's not showing that they are delivering this for you. So it's really important, whether it's an ad or if it isn't an ad, you still need to know what's going on. But yeah, as I've said, your agency should be doing it, but they don't all the time, and that's what we want to talk through today. So we will obviously share this with your agency, and we have done several times, but it's important for you to know exactly how to do that within Boxly. Now, inside Boxly, as I said, when we're generating those links, that's sending someone to either a landing page, a link of some sort to generate a lead. When those leads come in, traditionally they'll either come through a chatbot, an AI receptionist, or they'll come through a web form. Now, down here, I'm just going to show you how the web form forwarding works. For all of your different campaigns, you can do one of two things here. I'm not going to try and not overcomplicate it. If you have a brilliant agency, you can have one web forwarding email address, and they will post in the URLs into the submission form. So when a lead gets submitted from your website or landing pages, what happens is that your agency will send over the patient's name, email, phone number, any other information on that contact form, and the entry point, which is the URL in which they've come from. So that UTM string. If that comes into Boxly, we do the rest. It's really clever. The agency sometimes doesn't do that. Now, I can't show you how to go and set this up. The agency should be able to do this, but essentially they just put the URL into the submission, correct?
So whenever you are running an ad, you decide the content that you want, you decide the keyword that you want, you put all your graphics, and after at the end, you say, after someone has seen this ad, where should be going? What is the destination URL? And within that, usually the marketing agency should be pasting this URL with the UTM, so you are able to know like where they are coming from.
Now, what you can do in Boxly is actually segment your sub-channels, as we call it, or your different campaigns into different mini channels. So you can do really clever things there by automating different messages out and things like that. But we're not going to go too over the top here. Essentially, all we need to do is create a new web form address. And that's marketing campaigns. Add a location. You can associate a lead source if you want to, or leave it blank if we're going to pick up the UTMs, and a description. And when those leads come in, the UTM will be there, and we will do the clever stuff with AI. And Abs, you're going to submit a couple of leads, aren't you, and explain how it is.
Yeah, I have sent it. If you can go into the leads. So there are two leads, the exact same thing. So we have one marketing agencies who have been really good, and they have been sending the submission how Boxly reads it. So Alana might have shared an article. If she hasn't, she will share one where we are explaining how the submission URL needs to be sent. So for Boxly to read, because what we do is not only we are reading where the leads are coming from, we are also, if you have connected your Google and your Meta, we are sending this information back to your Google and Meta. So in future, when you are running ads, Google can find the similar sort of audience who actually converted and get you more those kind of people in the future. So the submission URL needs to be exactly the same, not broken down. So you see over here, it has the full page where it came from, what was the source, and at the end it has FBCL ID, which is Facebook click ID. So it's telling you that it was a Facebook ad from where it came in. So when we send this information back to Facebook, Facebook would know exactly what time, what ad was clicked by which person. So then they can create these profiles so you can improve these things in the future and get more people like that. So this is the right way of us sending the information, the exact URL. Then on
that will then update automatically to the relevant lead source as it comes in. Now, so you got Invisalign promo event, it's the entry point, all the details. Now this lead, sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah. So this lead, what most of the marketing agency do, they split these information out. So when they're splitting it out, UTM campaign, UTM term, we are not able to read everything, because then Boxly will have to create these lead, build this thing, and then send it back to Google. It's too much work. The simplest thing is send the full submission URL, so we are able to understand where the leads are coming from. We will be able to break all these things down and then show you the report that Adam showed you, telling you about which UTM content was the a lead came from, which UTM medium the leads came from. I'll show you more information in this at a later stage, because there are some exciting stuff. And the reason we are talking about this is it's leading to an exciting stuff that we are doing, which we're going to show you later on.
So all that stuff we talked about, the UTM medium, the UTM campaign and term, they're all coming in and it's showing you what's going on. Now, obviously with the linking with the PMS, the beauty of this is that as that lead comes in and we nurture them all the way through to consultation booked and treatment started, we're sending all that information back. So you can actually say that your agency, you sit down with your agency in your reports and you look at your milestones and go, I'm only interested in a particular source, or actually we just go into the lead source here. I'm only interested in my Google ads that they're running. So this is all my lead source. We've got Google paid search, Facebook lead ads, paid ads, how many leads they've submitted, and what the revenue has been generated for them. So you can easily go, okay, how much money are we spending with this agency? What's my return on investment? And you can have some proper conversations with your agencies, and they'll have some proper conversations with you, because they'll say, look, you're not converting them. We've generated 100 leads and you're not converting them. And but you're having more informed discussions about what's going on with your ads. Hopefully, I know there's some questions going on, but hopefully that's covered a little bit about what's going on. But as I said, if you are still, if you're doing direct traffic, all that Instagram stuff and generating UTM codes for that, like we just showed you how to do, this lead source will then include your Instagram posts, your Facebook efforts, your newsletters, things like that, and actually show you if they're converting and actually having an effect on your bottom line. Cool. We've gone through how to report on marketing. Abs, you're going to show everyone now what we've just shown them with all this reporting. We're going to take you to a new level next week, correct?
Next week, we are launching something. And the reason we are talking about this thing is because of the report that we have been working on. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through all that. So this is our demo account. So I've made sure that we have filled in with the actual information where the leads will be coming in your business. By the way, you can see my screen, right?
Yes. Yeah. Do you want to, I think you might need to, I probably should have asked as well. Can you just expand it a little bit? Because small, maybe I'm just getting old. I think I'm getting old.
Yeah, me too. Can you see that now properly?
Much better.
Okay. So if all the information that has been sent properly, what Boxly does in the back is we remove all the UTM sources that you have, the medium, the campaign, the terms that you have used, the content. With that, you will be able to see. So let's talk about the terms. So I am with this report, if everything has been done properly, we will be able to know, okay, I was running an ad where I used the orthodontist as my term. I got 68 leads out of that and 46 consultations were booked. And you can see how many won as well. You will be able to choose the milestone that you want to see performed based on your UTMs. Similarly, you will be able to do it with the content, what type of content you use, the campaign, the medium, and source. This isn't the fun part that we were talking about. The fun part is the ad spend report. So what we have done with this is if you have linked your Google ads, we are capturing the ad spend that you have on all the Google ads that you are running. With that, what you will be able to do is see for a certain period of time, how many Google ads I was running, how much impression I got from that, what were the clicks, how much money I actually spent, how many leads I received, what was the cost per lead, and then you can choose a milestone to compare it with. So usually in the business, you would be using something like consultation book. So how many consultation I booked out of these ads that ran? 51. You will be able to know how much cost per acquisition you had and how much revenue you got and what was your return on investment. So all this leads to you to understand, if I'm running if I ran Google ads during this time, what happened to those leads and am I actually getting profit out of it or not? Same thing you can do with Meta ads. I've talked about this before as a joke that I hate Meta and I will be selling those t-shirts. But at this point, I think I should start that business and I will be really, really rich, because we wanted to do this with Meta ads as well, but they are just really, really slow. So we came up with a solution for this as well. You as a business owner would know that you are spending some money on your Meta ads. So what you can do is you can manually override this and say like, oh, for the 14 to 13 Jan, I actually spent 4,500. If I'm able to type. And what it will do is it will calculate all the information for you. So it will say this: if your spend was 4,500, you got 357 leads. This was your cost per lead. This many consultations were booked. And oh, this is really, really good. If our customers are able to get this return on ad spend, it would be really amazing. And this is what we want. Along with that, if you want to compare it with your organic and direct leads that you are getting, you can do that as well. Because in some cases, you might be spending money on your SEO, which is organic, but you're still spending money. So you will be able to add that spend as well. So in your overall business, you will be able to know what's actually happening with the money that I'm spending. On top of that, we are also launching the Google campaign report. This is going to tell you with the campaign names that you have ran and how they have performed. So same information that I showed you in the ad spend report, you will be able to get in the campaign report to see all the campaigns that I was running. If it was emergency dentist, root canal, how many impressions I had, how many people actually, impressions means how many people actually saw that. Then actual people who clicked on it, what was the spend, leads. So see how detailed it is. Now in future, you can then, based on this information, decide that these are the types of ads that are working for me. These are the ones that are not working for me. And if you have connected the PMS, you will be able to get the full journey of where the lead came from, where it ended, and if it's getting me patients or not.
Carl's getting impatient. He said, "Are these live?"
Live
next week.
Next week, we are launching this next week.
This piece of work is a huge piece of work that the guys have worked on. It's where as talked about the meta thing, we're waiting for verification. So we know all the information in terms of the leads that are coming in. That's all up to date. It's just the spend that we'd have to manually override for now, but we are working on that. But they've just been a bit of a pain, if I'm honest.
Yes.
But the rest of it is mind-blowingly good. Again, I'm sorry to say this, I'm sounding like a real commercial elephant here. This feature is only available to our pro account users. The reason being is because you need the two-way integration with Google. And yeah, you have to be on a higher package because it costs us a lot of money to do this.
Yeah, exactly. And one more thing I did not mention. So what we are, all our Dentally customers, there is some good news. What we are working on is we are going to get the actual patient amount that they have paid or the invoices that you have raised. So all the money that you were seeing, and I'm going to share my screen to make it clearer. I don't have a date for this, but this is something that we are working on. Where so this revenue that got generated is actually coming from the revenue of the lead that you have added on the lead card. But what we will give you the information in the future, we are working with Dentally to get the information of how much a patient has actually paid. So we will get the direct actual amount that they have paid in Dentally. So you will be able to calculate this number in a better way.
Abs, you went over that really quick. You need to share your screen because you're not sharing it at the moment.
Am I not?
Just to go over that again. So the value that Abs is just talking about there, which was showing in the reporting at the moment, is based on the value that first we automatically tag when a lead comes in based on the treatment. But where there's going to be some manual intervention for now, up until the point where we can do this with all the PMSs, is that your team have to be incredibly they need to be hot on this. They need to be updating values. Now, I know it's difficult. I know reception teams struggle with this, and I get it. Everyone's time poor. But if you want the right data, the process has to be in place for us to know what your actual conversions and the revenue and return of investment. Because if your team aren't updating the value of a consultation or the treatment that's gone ahead, we're guessing. And again, there's no point guessing if you want real figures. So there are some stuff that we need to do as a business, as a whole. But we are working on that with getting all that in, and the other PMSs if they can do it as well. So that's big. There is one more report that Abs is going to show you. Now, there's a lot of business owners and there's maybe not that many business owners on here today that I think most of the people that I see on here are very hands-on. There are a lot of hands-off business owners. And even in general, knowing what's going on in your business on a day-to-day is really important. And we've had a lot of feedback where people just want to know quickly a snapshot of what's going on in my week or my day or my month and how that compares to last month. Instead of having to log in and run reports and look through everything, you just want to know, look at your app or look at your app. Sorry, I've just talked about something that we haven't done, but look at a report and just go, okay, things are good. Or, okay, something's wrong, I need to affect it. So Abs is going to show something in a second.
Yeah, I got so excited that I did not realize I wasn't sharing my screen. This is one of the problems that anytime we go on a call with the customers, I see Priya is here as well. She has mentioned this before as well. Carl has as well. And we know the pain points that you had and you wanted to know the spend. So I got too excited and I wasn't even sharing my screen. Let me just pull in this report and I will try to show it to you if I manage to. So as Adam mentioned, that most of the owners are not usually logged into Boxly. And one of the things that we are working on is gonna give you the ability to receive either daily, weekly, or monthly reports to your email. You can schedule this to be sent to you, all the users which are within the platform, or any external people like the owners who usually are not on Boxly. With this, what you will be able to see is how many new leads you got. So let's say like if you are getting this as a weekly report, you will be able to see last week how many leads you got, how many booking you got, how many booked value that you had, that those lead had, and how many leads are sitting at risk. You will be able to customize this by choosing what milestones that you want to show for bookings and what stages that you would want to show as a risk value. So you will be able to, at a glance, every week, every day, or every month, able to see what happened yesterday. And we will be comparing this with the previous time as well. So let's say if it's a weekly report, we will compare it with the week before to show you how those numbers performed. It will give you the breakdown of how many paid ads lead you got, organic, speed to first response, the top channel, and the top treatments. We will keep on adding to these things as well. This is something that we are working on. We don't have a date for this yet, but this will be as soon as we can deliver it to you.
And there's a big shout out to Diana on that, Abs.
Diana, yeah.
Cool. So that's really smart. So that's coming. So the paid spend, the ad spend report, that will be there on Tuesday, Abs, or next week. Let's say next week.
Next week, yeah.
The report that Abs has just showed, we are working on that. We'll update you on timelines on that. But that's high on our agenda to get that out. The next thing we want to talk about really quickly, because I appreciate it's your lunch breaks and you want to get off and but maybe get to the pub on a Friday. I know I do. We're going to talk through the first thing, which is nudges. Now, I'm just going to share a screen in a second, but I'm just going to try and explain the feedback that we've had from all our customers and what we've done about it. We've always had this kind of this handoff with tasks, and we know tasks are important because we want to keep people notified of leads that are slipping away. But the problem is that these tasks kept on getting created. They were dumb tasks because all that happened was that, okay, a lead hasn't got a task in the future or an automation, put another task. And we've seen people's dashboards. They've got 50, 60, 70, 100 tasks unread. And the challenge is that those tasks are for just leads that may be slipping away. And everyone just goes, okay, I'll deal with it another time. But they swamp in that one column and they muddy the water of actual tasks that have been set by the staff where they need to call someone back. They just get muddled in, they forget about it, the patient doesn't get called, and we've lost them. And we've had this kind of challenge internally. It's been we've had so many conversations about this, haven't we, Abs? We've come to a conclusion that tasks don't work as an automated function. Tasks should be tasks that have been set by individuals for other team members or for themselves on a day, on a set time period. What we should be doing is using nudges to remind someone separately that a lead is slipping away in a more intelligent fashion, i.e., nudge them when a lead you've replied to a lead and 3 days have gone past and that patient hasn't responded. then again after 7 days, then again after 15 days to just nudge you, but it doesn't impact your leads and your tasks. They're just simple nudges that can be gotten rid of or taken action on. So this new feature is coming very, very soon. Ab's just going to talk you very, very quickly through how this works and how it's going to impact your team, we think, for the better.
Yeah. So I see that it's already been 45 minutes. So I'm going to be quick with this. So with this, you will be able to set up within the settings section, when do you want the first nudge to appear? And I'll show you where it will be available. And then after you dismiss a nudge, if you want it to resurface again, you can decide like if the first resurface needs to be after 5 days. And this resurfacing happens only after the first nudge that you will see will come after a human has actually sent a reply. And you will be able to decide and see if I have a lead, which is in my, let's say, preventive and pediatric care in the incoming state. I want, if I have sent a reply, to nudge me about it. You can send it in other boxes as well. So let's say in the follow-up stage, I want it to be nudged. And instead of creating a task, you can decide and customize which stage, if I have sent a reply, a nudge should be telling me to perform an action. Once you have set this all up, in the things to do section, we will have a new section called nudge. Over here, you will see the last reply that you sent, the summary of that. So sent Invisalign codes and detail, and it's telling you that you need to do something, the user who actually performed the action, who it was, and then you can click on it and you will be able to reply or to chase them back again. So this is a smarter way than, rather than going with creating automated tasks, which can be one after another. You can have 5, 6, 10, 100 tasks for one lead. It will just silently nudge you about some important things that you need to do for the leads that are missing away.
Exactly, and we think this is a much smarter way. It's much more. It makes the things to do much more easier to use. Also, we will be putting some reporting in there because we know that nudges work, but the problem is the tasks. There's too many of them, so we know these nudges are going to work. So what we'll have a report in there to show you then when those nudges actually impact the conversion of a lead, and you can see when people have dismissed nudges, how many nudges they've dismissed, how many nudges they've actually taken action on, and if there was an outcome. So we'll have some reporting around that. That's absolutely. I don't know if we've got time on that, but it's imminent. We're working on that.
We're working on it right now.
So that's cool. We've also got you've talked about density improvements. Notifications of filters really quickly. We're improving the things to do to filter the things to do. Aren't we a little bit better?
Yeah.
So at the moment, you may or may not know, you can filter on things like on location and user at the moment in your things to do, but we're going to add other filters into their apps.
Those filters would be you to filter it based on, because we have received this feedback from a lot of customers that they want to filter high value treatments. So some things that are in Invisalign, they want to deal with them first. So we will be providing you with a filter for that, and other filter for you to sort out the leads with the oldest first and replies as well.
Yes. So that's cool. That's coming as well. I'm glossing over these. I apologize. You will be, when these start getting pushed, we'll get more on it. Template library. So we get a lot of requests for better templates and HTML templates now that we've done it. So from your side of things, you don't know how to put a HTML template together because it's a marketing function. Our team haven't had the chance to do that. So we're going to be pushing world-class HTML templates into your platforms now for all your different treatments and things like that. We're going to be pushing those in over the next few months, and they're going to be there for you to use in your automations, into your broadcasts, into your general follow-ups. So they're going to be pushed very, very soon. We're just doing email at the moment. Correct?
No, we are also going to be doing WhatsApp. So we will create some WhatsApp template as draft that we know that works for you. So you will be able to go and edit the content, add your collaterals like images or video, and just submit it for approval. So these are the things that we are actually currently working on. We will keep on filling this templates as and when we have more. But yeah, this will be available soon to you.
We've got a couple of other things. I think I'm actually going to hold back on a couple of things because we don't want to blow everyone's mind too much. The last thing that I wanted to talk about today was our AI receptionist. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of my opinion. This isn't everyone's opinion, it's my opinion. Hopefully you all know about what our AI receptionist does. It's not phones, it's purely within Boxley on your website and will be following up and things like that. We've completed the beta program. It's now ready to roll out across the industry. The results are better than we ever thought. Like incredible. Now, there's a lot of people asking us about voice AI and voice bots and stuff like that, which is cool. We can integrate them. It's no problem. We're not prejudiced against them. You go for it. Our opinion is, and always has been, that the phone call should belong to a human. And if someone really wants to phone someone, it's because they want to speak to someone, not to a voice bot. Now, I get it that we can't handle calls outside of hours and we can't do it 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night and on a weekend. But there are solutions. There are easy solutions where you can get those phone calls back into Boxley or talking to an AI receptionist. Now, I'm not going to go through a sales pitch about AI receptionists, but I do want to show you some results, because what our partner has been doing is they've been routing their phone calls out of hours and weekends, texting the patient as it comes through, and they've said, you can leave a voicemail. We're closed. You can leave a voicemail, or you can speak to our AI or our receptionist online. They press number 2. It texts them a little link, and it opens up the AI receptionist, and they have the conversation. This is through Dentally at the moment only. They can reschedule their appointments. They can book appointments. They cancel appointments. They can make inquiries. They can book phone consultations through Calendly. They can ask any question. They can look at upcoming treatment, their upcoming appointments, anything you want. It's all baked into this. I'm going to show you the report really, really quickly. I'm not going to overdo this, but we feel really strongly about this. And I've seen that voice AI go wrong badly, and it affects your brand. But I get why we're doing it. It's a quick fix. It's a quick solution to handle those out of hours calls, but there's a better solution, we feel. So let me just...
Well, reports will speak to itself. Like, we thought like it's going to be good, but it has been exceptional. And the practices who have been demoing it and trying out, they were just mind blown by it.
So this is, this is a week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So this was just replacing the chat bot, the inquiry bot on the website. Okay, so it wasn't sitting inside Boxy or anything. It was just replacing that, and on a link from their phone. So they text a link to the AI receptionist. We had 1,800 total sessions, of which nearly 40% of them converted into an inquiry or booking, and we took £3,733 worth of deposits, £20 deposits. Okay, so just think about the amount of treatments that will actually relate to. It then broke it down on how many sessions, how many inquiries were generated, 684, which was 100 more than their whole month before. And this is in just 13 days, 2 weeks. We had 211 appointment bookings, 260 callback requests, and 82 people were added to the NHS waiting list fully automatically. Of which of those 124 NHS appointments, 95 private appointments, 21 emergency direct bookings, and 10 Calendly consultations, which are phone consultations with the TCOs. They rescheduled nearly 50 appointments. You think how long that takes your staff? How many? It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes a call. 46 cancelled appointments. Then you can see all this, the wait list and callback requests. This thing will solve all of your problems. Sorry, I can't say it will solve all of your problems. It's going to solve a lot of your problems about dealing with out of hours calls. It's going to solve your problems with website conversion. Now, I'm going to take it all the way back to the first thing we spoke about when we said about the PMS not being able to track all the way through. So if your agency is driving a lead to your website and that patient goes and books, the agency can't track it. This can, because it bakes the booking system directly into the chat. So we know the link that they've come from, and we track that conversion. This will, I guarantee this is going to increase the number of bookings 2, 3, 4, 5-fold. So it's really cool. If you're not on the waiting list, hopefully Alana's going to drop in a link to add to the waiting list, because you should have been on it. If not, please add to it. There we go.
Just want to add one more thing to what Adam mentioned. So you see the number of rescheduling and cancellation that was done, and like around 40 to 50 were done over the weekend. So think about it, like your team members would be coming on Monday morning and they would have to deal with this 50 calls to reschedule and cancel. They could actually spend their time in greeting the people who are coming to the practice rather than spending time on things like rescheduling and cancellation. So it's just mind-blowing.
Cool. So that is us. We have some other stuff. I think it's probably too much for today, but we have got some really cool things coming in the next quarter, which we'll probably share with you elsewhere. Things like conversion reports and feedback loops. So we will share that. If you have got any questions, we're going to stay on for another 4 minutes. Please drop some message. I know Alana's fingers are probably burning the amount of questions we've got, which is brilliant. Please drop it in there. And in general, we'd love to hear your feedback. How is Boxy working for you? Is there something that you want Boxy to do? You can, everything we've shown you today is based on the feedback that we've had from all of our customers. So if there's anything that you're not missing, or just feed it back to our team, because we do take it seriously. We don't develop anything to help us. We develop things to help you.
We do might spend some time in building that, but we make sure that what we are delivering is of actual use to you.
There's a couple of things on here. Will AI receptionist be a paid add-on? Carl, I'll have that conversation with you separately, buddy. For anyone that's on the Pro plan, again, I'm going to keep saying Pro plan. This AI chat solution will be included on the Pro plan, okay? For single locations. For multi-locations, if you've got groups, it's not included because it's much more complex, but it will be included. So a small version of this. There is usage involved and things like that, but we're not going to be overcharging for this. It's embedded into Boxly. So I will speak to you about it. There was something else I was going to say. I've lost my train of thought. Carl, you lost my train of thought. It's okay. It's fine. Oh, no, it's all right. I'm only joking. I said about the Pro. I keep mentioning Pro plan. Now, you should know what plan you're on. The reason why I keep mentioning Pro plan is because a lot of these features, we've up until the middle of last year, we never charged for anything. We pushed all those features in, but there are certain things which do cost us money. AI costs us money. Power BI costs us money. The phone call integration costs us money. The reporting costs us money. The ad spend costs us money. So we have to take a stance on that. So there are two plans on Boxly. So if you're not sure what plan you are, you should have a settings option to see what you're on at the moment. If you don't know, speak to our team. But you can see the functionality in here is really, really cool. Zoe's asked a question. Can you provide some examples of when a nudge might be used versus a follow-up? So a follow-up, Zoe, is an automation, for example. So when a lead has gone a little bit cold, we're sending nudges to that patient to get back in touch. That's all kind of sitting behind the scenes. When a patient actually engages with us and starts communicating, that's when the human takes over. And if we send them a message and they don't converse at that point and they don't reply, that's where this gray area happens. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to start sending a load of WhatsApps to them that have no context to the previous conversation, and we've got no task associated with them. That's where a nudge will come in to go, hey, Zoe, you've forgotten about this patient. There's no future automations with them. They didn't respond 3 days ago. Do you need to give them a nudge? So that's how the nudges, they sit kind of in between a task and a follow-up.
It also helps you, like you all are busy, like you are doing so many things on a day-to-day basis. Like sometimes the team forgets about creating tasks as well. So if you have a stage where you know that you are dealing with a patient and let's say like you have asked for them their x-ray, or you have like shared the availability for a booking and then they haven't responded, instead of you creating a task to follow them up, if you are forgetting, it's usual to do that. But in case you are forgetting, if the lead sits in a stage where it automatically creates a follow-up, it will be useful.
Absolutely. How do I find out if I have the Pro plan? Lisa, we will get straight back to you. I think Spider. I think we are. I'll check. I'll find out.
It's a good thing for us to know, like to tell people what plan they are on.
It does. It would help, wouldn't it? Actually. Okay. We'll let you know. But anyway, look, it's 2:00. Thank you everyone for coming on today. Really appreciate it, and thank you for just spending your lunch hour with us. We hope you enjoy all the stuff that we've got to say and all the future things that we're putting together, but please feedback anything. And we look forward to seeing you next time.